Greetings, esteemed viewer, I am CapFan1610, and finally, there has been an issue that has given me enough power to claw my way out of Trader Nick's psyche and appear before you on film. Finally! I am the part of the psyche where all the fandom news is stored and all the fandom information is stored. Basically, I'm the fandom center of Nick's brain. And I come before you good people to talk about some issues going on with the future of Marvel. Namely, issues going on with the big three, Thor, Cap, and Iron Man. Intro out of the way, let's dive in. Shall we? Okay, so let's talk about the first issue that they brought up. Lady Thor. Female Thor. Whatever you want to call her. But no, she's not Thorina, she's not Lady Thor, she's not female Thor, she's just Thor. The idea being that Thor somehow becomes unworthy to wield the hammer. The Thor that we all know and love becomes unworthy to wield the hammer, and this lady comes along and picks up the hammer, and now she's transformed into Thor. Stupid. Now, before we go any further, I'm going to preempt some claims of sexism. I promise I am not a sexist. Some of my best friends are sexy. To be clear, I do not dislike this idea because a female is taking over as Thor, okay? I'm actually all for the idea of a really strong female superhero, because we don't really get enough, and it'll probably force Marvel to make more of them. And that's a good thing. But the thing is, taking a previously known male superhero and turning it into a female is not the way to go about this. First of all, it's lazy. It's taking a pre-established character and just changing its gender in the hopes that, you know, people will enjoy it. And the belief that they can just coast off of the old character's popularity. When in actual fact, what's going to happen is old-time readers like me are going to go, dude, that's retarded, why? And new-time viewers are going to go, well, I don't know anything about this old Thor character, so I guess this might as well be a new character. If she is a new character, and she has her own emotions, her own thoughts, and is not just a distaff counterpart of Thor, that'll be really good, and I'm going to read it to find out, because I hope so. But just taking a previously established male superhero and making her female does not constitute good character creation. Secondly, there's the issue of what it means for the old Thor. First of all, I was unaware that Thor was a title that you could just pick up by holding the hammer. And that's what they're going for here, is that Thor is a title you can pick up just by holding the hammer. I didn't know that was a thing, especially because other people have picked up the hammer and not suddenly become Thor. Beta Bill Riley did not become Thor, he remained Beta Bill Riley. When Captain America picked up the hammer, he did not become Captain Amerithor, he just stayed Captain America with a hammer. When Thor puts the hammer down, he doesn't suddenly not become Thor, except in the very early Thor comics where he turned back into Donald Blake, but that's a completely different issue. Basically what this decision is going to do is take the Thor that we all know and love and basically say, well, really, he's not the Thor from Norse mythology, he's just someone who had the Thor hammer. And this totally contradicts everything we've already said about Thor anyway, so just deal with it, okay? We want more female readers. I guess the TLDR version of that rant is, okay, yes, it's good to have more female characters. Please, let's have some more strong female characters. Let's not rip off established male characters and turn them into women. That just doesn't work. Especially when Marvel's had such a good track run with female versions of previously established heroes before. Spider-Woman is not just a distaff counterpart of Spider-Man who took away his name. She-Hulk is not just a distaff counterpart of Hulk who took away his name. I'm sure there are others, but I can't quite remember them right now. The point is, those are all their own separate characters who just happen to have similar names. Let's not make a distaff counterpart here because it's just lazy and devalues the one we already know. And okay, I need to move on because otherwise I'm just going to keep bitching about that issue for as long as I possibly can. Second, Iron Man. They're now starting a title, The Superior Iron Man. Let me tell you the premise, okay? According to the press release, Iron Man has decided to move to San Francisco from New York, put on a new suit of Iron Man armor, and go around trying to be a superior Iron Man. Now, the first thing that they said in the press release, and I'm so glad they did this because obviously it was going to happen, is they headed off accusations that it was going to be like the Superior Spider-Man title, wherein Doc Ock took over Peter Parker's body for a few months. Well, actually it was 2 years in our time, but it was a few months in comic time. They basically said, no, that's not happening. We promise. We swear. He's not getting taken over by fucking Mandarin or someone else. The living laser as Iron Man. So yeah, so there's no villain takeovers, but what they have said is that Iron Man is going to be using methods similar to the Superior Spider-Man, i.e. being a supervillain, pretending to be a superhero. Now, let me tell you what's wrong with this. First, I'll start with why it worked for Superior Spider-Man. It worked for Superior Spider-Man because he was a villain, pretending to be a superhero. It worked for him because we knew he was going to fail. First of all, people blew their shit when Superior Spider-Man first happened. They thought, you are devaluing Peter Parker, you are ruining everything, and then when it became apparent that Peter Parker was coming back, we just sat back and we enjoyed the ride of Doc Ock failing at life. It was fun to read. It's not going to be fun with Tony Stark. For one thing, we've already seen it in Civil War. We're currently seeing it with his characterization in the Avengers and the New Avengers. I don't know what it is, but comic people seem to dislike Iron Man. Please leave him be. Let him be a hero, for God's sake. Then there's obviously the fact that people will be turned off by the superior title and the connotations that it has, which I've already explained, Superior Spider-Man connection. That's going to turn people off. And the new armor! Hello, light suit from Metroid. This is not original. This is not even slightly original. And everything about it just screams cash grab. We need more money. We need to shake things up. And that's always depressing to see. Okay, and number 3, Captain America. So, this one, especially given what I've just said about Iron Man and Thor, you might expect me to be angry about too, but no, I actually love this one. This one is just good. So what's going on here is Sam Wilson, aka the Falcon, is taking up the Captain America mantle. I don't have a problem with this. First of all, unlike the Thor issue, Captain America is actually a title. It is something that you can give to someone else. And there's precedent for this happening already. Bucky Barnes, aka Winter Soldier, has already taken up the mantle of Captain America for a while, in the period between Civil War and Siege. After Civil War and following the death of Captain America, Iron Man tried to get Hawkeye to be Captain America. It's a title that is previously established to be able to be passed on. Second of all, it's the Falcon. It's not like someone known is taking up this mantle, it's the Falcon. And this framed comic book here, right here, Captain America and the Falcon. There is precedence for Falcon being Cap's best pal. They know each other. Cap and the Falcon are BFFs forever. That's too many Fs. I mean, you probably saw Winter Soldier. They got along like a cliche on fire. The point is, we know that Falcon has his own different personality. We know that Falcon is an established character. I have no problem with him taking up the shield. And we've already seen artwork of him keeping the Falcon wings. I think this is going to be really cool, a flying Captain America. I want to see this. I want to read it. I'm interested to see why Steve Rogers is passing on the mantle again. Because this usually comes from some character deep inside Steve Rogers when he passes the mantle, except that time when he died. That was different. I'm actually really hoping that Steve Rogers realizes, wait a second, I'm Captain America and I've been a total dick to all mutants for the last 3 years. That's not really nice of me. I need to do some soul searching. That's what I'd like to see personally. Don't have any problem with the Falcon becoming Captain America, especially because we have Captain America Falcon. Falcon America Captain. Captain Falcon. Captain Falcon is going to be in Marvel. And I'm going to be so disappointed if there is not at least one panel of him punching someone with the shield on and going Falcon punch. This is going to be fantastic. This is something I can get behind. Superior Iron Man and the new Thor can go away. They're bad decisions. Captain Falcon, I have no issues with. And to conclude, I will just offer a flip side note. It is entirely possible for female Thor to be good, it is entirely possible for Superior Iron Man to be good, and it is entirely possible for Captain Falcon to suck. The comics one, not the one in Smash Bros, because he's awesome. Anyway, if you've made it this far, thanks for watching! Please leave comments down below and tell me what you think about these changes, or any other ones. I'm also kind of excited to see Medusa of the Inhumans actually do something, because the Inhumans very rarely get to do anything in Marvel. Do you have a fandom topic I should talk about next? Well, leave it down there and I'll talk about it, maybe, if I'm part of that fandom. Probably not. And hey, if you liked hearing me rant, make sure you like, subscribe, and all that YouTube stuff, because I'll be back if you do. I am CapFan1610, signing off. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!